Good morning, Morgan, and hello to any of Morgan's friends that are watching this video. All right, Morgan, we're going to continue where we left off in the last video, where we're looking at string data types and the print function. Now, about the print function, the manual for the print function is 100 pages long. So we could spend months learning all the ins and outs of this print function. But we're not going to do that, at least not right now. Instead, we're going to learn just enough about the print function to get through these examples. And as we go through these examples, we'll actually learn the print function because we're going to see it in action. Now, with that said, before we go and read the manual, we're going to go ahead and just review this, do a quick review. I've created one example here, 2 examples, 3 examples. Okay? Now, with that said, let's go on over and have a look at the manual. Okay, Princess, it's that time again. Let's go ahead and let's read a few pages of this manual.
String literals can span multiple lines. One way is using triple quotes, or end of lines are automatically included in the string, but it's possible to prevent this by adding a backslash at the end of the line. The following example.
All right, here's the example. They're saying that this will produce this. All I can say is this is about the ugliest freaking code I've ever seen. But that'll get it done.
Produces the following output. Note that the initial new line is not included. Usage.
All right, we can skip that. And that's all with example 1. Now let's take a look at example 2.
Strings can be concatenated, glued together, with the plus operator, and repeated with asterisk. Number 3 times un, followed by em. 3 asterisk un plus em. Ununium. 2 or more.
Okay, I had some difficulties getting this to work. But I solved the problem. We'll talk about it when we get over to the part where we're looking at the code. Now this involves, now we're going to talk about example 3.
2 or more string literals, i.e. the ones enclosed between quotes, next to each other are automatically concatenated. Py.
All right. In this one, they're taking 2 bits and they're sticking it together. All right. Now, this we're going to go ahead and we'll read through this, but we're not going to do it because it's a waste of time in my opinion. So I didn't create an example for this, but we're going to read through it anyway.
This feature is particularly useful when you want to break long strings. Text equals, put several strings within parentheses. To have them joined together. Text. Put several strings within parentheses to have them joined together. This only works with 2 literals though, not with variables or expressions. Prefix equals py. Prefix thon hashtag can't concatenate a variable and a string literal.
All right. We're actually going to use example 3 to talk about this bit when we get to the code. And with that, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go over and take a look at the code, and we're going to run the code, and then we're going to talk about it. All right. See you in a bit. And we're back. Okay. So here's example 1. I pretty much cut and pasted it right out of the manual. On example 2, this proved difficult. If I left it as a string hard-coded into the print statement, this code wouldn't work. I had to first load the literal into a string data set, and then was able to use it. Now, by the way, I try to make my names for my data sets useful. I don't like just using a letter like they do in the examples. I like my string names or my data set names to tell a story so I know what it's doing. In this case, I'm calling it EX for example string 01. Well, you know what? That is actually a little long. We want to try and keep it, within 8 to 12 bytes. So I'm going to lose the ing, okay? But we can still take a look at this string name and we realize that, okay, it's because it's in this part and it's a string and there's two of them, okay? All right. And then in this third example, this is just a concatenation like you saw in the book. Here, though, I didn't put it in strings. I left it hard-coded in the print statement. Okay. Now, with example 4, if I replaced one of these hard-coded bits with a data set like here, up here, example string 01, it would blow up and you'd get that error message. Okay. It's in the olden days we called that kludgy because it doesn't make sense, does it? All right, let's go ahead and run the code. Do we get any output? Well, we do, but you can't see it. But I'm going to go take it, you someplace where you can see it. All right, let's go. And here we have the output. In example 1, you see it came out just like it was supposed to. Example 2, just as it was supposed to. And example 3, just like we were expecting. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I'm doing this like I am, where I'm keeping everything and I'm not running this on a live terminal. But we'll talk about that when we go back to the code and close out this video. All right, let's go. And we're back in the code. All right, now, we're done with this for now. I think the next video is going to be on lists, but I'm not sure. We're just going to keep going through and learn a little bit more every day. And before you know it, before the summer's over, you'll be an expert at Python, and I can start billing you out. I mean, and then you can, do what you want to do. Anyway, the reason I don't do my coding in a live terminal is because it just disappears. I like to save my code so I can use it later. I like to reuse code. As a matter of fact, that's the whole purpose behind object-oriented programming, which we will talk about not today. But the bottom line is, your father is a pack rat, and I never delete code, unless I find better code. Anyway, with that, we're going to call it a day, and I'll see you in the next session. Enjoy your day, princess.